Solving simultaneous equations using matrices. Part 1, the basics, is going to be a two-parter because it gets quite big. All right, let's do this quickly and then we'll do it slowly. All right, so if we look at our simultaneous equations, we've got 2, 3. So we put this in here, 2, 3. There is a 1 there if you have an x on an own, so that's 1, and we've got a whole thing -4. That means we get the -4 here. And we call this guy A. And we're doing x and y, so this is called x. And in my textbook, this one is called C. And so we end up with A times, we often do it as a dot when you do matrices, A dot x is A times x equals C. The solution is that x equals A inverse C. And how do we do that in the calculator? You can just put in, remember, this is A x C. This is A to the -1 times C. That's your golden rule. That's what x equals. So remember, the answer is x equals A to the -1 C. But notice when you're putting it in your calculator, you do that little hat thing that you have on the front of the Casio class pad, and our answer is there -3. And that will make sense because that's x, and remember, so that's x, y equals that. So x equals -2, y equals 3, or if you want to do it in Cartesian form, -2, 3. And that's the solution, done quickly. So remember our lovely thing that we always type in a calculator, A -1 C. Just wanted to point out that you can actually name them A and C and then put in A hat -1 C like that, but quickly, you don't need to do that. You can do it just in the one step as I did in the last video. You don't have to actually put in the naming if you don't want. Now for the slow version. All right, so whenever you look at these things, this is the matrix we had. So 2 is A, and then 3 is B, 1 is C, -4 is D, and then our 5 gives us the E, and then -14 gives us the F. And if we want to find the solution to this, because we want, this is A x C, then x equals A to the -1 times C. And so we've actually got to then work out what is, the only thing we got to work out really is what is this? So further on from this, we realize that, okay, so if we want to find out what this is, we got the rule all down here. But this then asks the next question, what is that? I mean, you can easily see that we've got to take the A and the D and we swap them, okay? And we know we've got to take the B and make it negative, and we take the C and make that negative, but we're still left with this mystery of what is this thing called det A. Now, the determinant, and that's what this det means, is this bit on the bottom of the thing. It does not include the top part. Just be careful of that. I'll go through an example in my next video about that. And you work it out by you take A times D, or this A times D, it doesn't matter which one it is, that's A times D, and then you do minus B times C, so B times C. All right, and that's how it works. Now, important thing to note, because this comes up in lots of questions, and sometimes these questions are calculator proof. It's important to note that if the det A equals 0, there is no unique solution. And let me explain that a bit more. So normally with simultaneous equations, there's one line going like this and another line going like this, and there's a point in the middle which is unique, which means there's only one answer. That's what unique means. If you have a situation like this where the two lines are parallel, there's no solution. All right, there's no point where those two lines cross, and that's det of A equals 0. Or you have a line and then another line exactly the same on top, and that's got infinite number of solutions, and that's also a case where det of A equals 0. So let's just do a quick manual calculation, and this will save you a lot of time in exams. So we know it is going to be AD minus BC. So A times D, that's 2 times -4, that's -8. And then we've got to subtract B times C. So let's do that in another color. B times C, so that's -3, isn't it? So that's -3, and that does equal -11. So if we put that in, you've got 1 over, and you can put the negative at the front, that's okay, -11. And then D and A swap, so -4, 2, and -B, -C. That's the actual complete answer for the inverse. And you can just check here that you can put it on your calculator. Remember, you can just type in det and then put a bracket and then put your matrix and put the bracket there. And you got a -11 as we worked out manually before. Or you might just click action matrix calculation det, and then it'll set up the det bit there, and you have to close the bracket afterwards. But you can see it's quite easy to do in your head. Go that, which is -8, and then minus that, which is 3. So it's -8, -3, -11. Quicker in your head, I think. So putting that all together, this is a x c. We want x equals a -1 c. So that does equal, and we just worked that out before, 1 over 11 with a minus at the front. And then we swapped the a and the d, and we made the b and the c negative. And then you do 5 and -14. And, well, you'd probably just do that on your calculator, wouldn't you? It does work.